Okay, let's start. Good afternoon again. Thank you everyone for taking time today to attend our webinar on excelling in customer experience for local government. This is in continuation to our solution launch last year, June, at LGP event hosted at Telstra. Great response. Through last 6 months, we have worked with quite a few councils and have discussed different scenarios that they would like to uh, get on with this solution. So today it's in continuation and we will be talking more about it as well. A quick overview about the agenda along with introductions. Today we are going to dive deeper, know why it is time now and important to deliver a modern customer experience, discuss what councils are looking for, walk through a couple of demos on omnichannel experience, as well as we will be talking through Fabric. And we also have a guest speaker from Telstra, Joe Masters, who will be enlightening us with his experience working in local government. A quick introduction to presenters. I will get them on the screen. We have, along with me, Ben Opit with Execotech. We have Ankit Sondi with Execotech. Ankit is solution architect, and he is going to be key today in this webinar, taking you through the details and of the product demo, as well as Ben, who is going to give us a lot of information related to the fabric and how it can be used. And then we have our guest speaker with whom we are going to have a fireside chat, Joe Masters. Welcome, everyone. Thank you. And I will put you back into off the screen. Quick introduction to Execotech. A lot of people know Execotech, established since 2015 with global presence, with more than 150 plus highly skilled, passionate team. And we have customers across AU, NZ, India, Philippines, and Singapore. We love Microsoft. We are a Microsoft solution designated partner across all its workloads. And we are also a specialized partner with Azure on two different categories. Along with Telstra, we have delivered quite significant projects, and we have been won last year Telstra Microsoft Partner of the Year 2025, which is a great achievement for our team. We are also Telstra NAS Partner of the Year. We have been recognized by quite a few industry bodies, including ARN, and being into the information technology business and security business, we take security pretty seriously. We are an ISO 27001 compliant company, certified company, and we are also Cyber GRX approved company. So there is a lot to go through when it comes to Executech, but I'm going to keep it short and I'm going to talk about customer experience. These are the few things, probably similar words or familiar words you would have heard of: trust, KPIs, resilience, digital debt, community, and workforce enablement, service delivery. There's so much on day-to-day basis comes up, which adds up to providing a better customer experience. I hope this sounds familiar to you and in your business scenario. Why you need to excel in customer experience, right? There is no reason why not, right? When you excel in customer experience with the customer centric approach, you are always achieve better results and better budget efficiency and better productivity. You save a lot of efforts and give time back to your customers. Your service delivery impact and outcomes improves a lot when you have a customer centric approach, and escalations decreases, which also works for well-being for both within your organization as well as to the external stakeholders that you are dealing with. That's why having a customer-centric approach is important. And how it is going to make difference, we will be going and seeing through our various demos we are going to do today. Along with this, we should also have a customer experience key focus in mind. Excuse me. Understanding customer needs is very important. We need to deliver personalized experience. We need to be there where our customers are in either all form of communication, could be an email, web, mobile, or in person. And we should be there creating greater customer focus culture for our team members, for our workforce. and continuously improve systems and processes. That's never ending, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Ankit take over the screen and get started with showcasing us what we have in terms of citizen experience.
So, thanks, Vinay. And I will quickly go to my first slide. So, we have built a product, right, for councils, and we have invested a lot of time to understand the rationale behind it and why this specific solution can help councils as well as for the citizens to improve their overall experience while they're interacting with council for any services. So, what we did last year, I would say, is to understand first how actually the customers are connecting, because the experience starts from the first touch point when they start connecting or interacting with the council. So these are different ways. They generally, as a citizen, I would go to the council website, look for information, or try to submit a request. If it's not all digital, I will download a PDF form and submit that over an email to the council for any service, right? The other one is I do it over the phone, or I just email them, or just walk into a particular council for any of the services. And there are different areas, I would say, like office buildings besides councils. We have libraries, we have swimming pools, we have other aspects where the interaction starts with the council as well as with the council staff and the customer. So that is very important for us to understand the overall idea of how a citizen feels like, or go and interact with the council. So we spent a lot of time to understand that, and based on that we came up with a solution which is already there, and I'm going to give a demo on that very shortly. So this is what our solution looks like, where we have focused on customer connect, which is omni-channel. We wanted to give all the touch points, all the mediums for the citizens to go and connect with the council. So starting from a customer portal, is similar to what we see on the council's website. It's a portal where citizens can see, look for information, and find out different type of services, submit their request, and also they can go and track their submitted request or even applications. So this way, they don't have to ring the council or send an email to see what's happening with their particular request. Could be waste or applications or even animal registration. The next is the call center solution. So this call center solution is Dynamics Contact Center, which is built on Copilot and AI. It has the voice recognition, intent capture kind of functionality, and makes life very easy. Not only this contact center solution is built on transferring the call to a specific agent, but also can provide static and dynamic information for repetitive questions. So that means that we don't even have to have a customer service agent to respond back to a customer citizen's query. It can be done by the AI itself or the solution itself, providing information which is part of the council area itself, right? Not from the internet or anywhere else, but the council related information can be responded back and provide a good experience without having a human interaction. Third is the AI bot, which I would be showing in a bit, where as a citizen, I would be asking some repetitive questions and see how quickly I can get a response. Social media integration and walk-ins are two other aspects of omni-channel where the citizens can start the interaction with the council. But that's the front end, and the back end is equally important, because this product or the solution we have is not just to improve customer experience, but also to ensure that the staff is more productive, more efficient, and they are focusing on the complex tasks rather than mundane tasks, right? So we have different modules for each of the services, as you can see: base service, development application, customer service, infrastructure request, facility booking, and feedback. Why these are individual is because not every staff member needs to be working on all these modules or services, right? They can work on one, a few, or all of them. So we wanted to segregate that. We don't want to overwhelm any of the staff member looking at everything, but we are not restricting people not to look everything as well, right? So it's very open, and depending on what the role a staff member is playing within the council, they can have access to it. And we are talking about AI, right? So definitely it's powered with AI, give you all the insights what you need, even or after having a conversation with a citizen. So you have prompt responses, accurate information to respond back to improve that customer experience, and that's the goal here. Also, we have Customer 360, which gives you the entire view of that particular citizen, which I will show you as an example. And then we have knowledge management and standard processes so that we make sure that a same process, same experience can be delivered to all the citizens by any staff member within the council. Last bit is the integration. See, this technology, this product, what Execotech has developed is not eyeing for replacing the current ERP system, right? What we are doing and looking here is identifying those areas, those services, those modules which are not efficient or maybe can be replaced with something on the Microsoft stack, right? So our product, this product is readily available to be integrated with any of the council ERP system, be it Tech One, be it Civica or Pathway. We can integrate any one of the modules or all of them depending on our analysis and discussion with the councils to see where are the area of improvement and what applications can be deployed there. Plus, there would be some custom built applications because I've worked with councils for a long time and I have seen they have developed internal applications as well. So these applications can also be integrated with this product along with New South Wales planning portal and supply systems like graffiti removal companies or third party companies or could be waste service contractors, right? So we can integrate this solution with the applications as well. So that's a high level idea of the product, but let's deep dive into the demo. So there are three aspects I would like to cover today. First is the contact center. Second one is the AI enabled chatbot, and third is the customer portal. So let's look at the first video I would be playing for contact center. It is about how a frustrated citizen reaching out to a council with negative sentiments and how the agent is able to provide the solution and even update the information of that citizen in real time and make that negative sentiment to positive. So I'm just going to play this video.
We're here to help with your council services. Please tell me how I can help you today.
I haven't received my property rates yet.
Sure, I can connect you with our rates team who can help with that. Thank you for your patience. I'm now transferring you to the right team. Please stay on the line. You're next in line.
Hi, Ben. It's Prabhu from your local council. How can I help you today?
I've been waiting weeks for my rates notice. I always pay on time. This is ridiculous. Where is my rates notice?
Yep, I can definitely help you with that, Ben.
Typically, we do send it out via e-rates, which is through email. Sometimes it goes into your email spam or your junk folder. Is this typically how you received your rates in the past?
No, that's not correct. I've always gotten my rates in the mail.
Okay, sure thing. Let's have a quick look into your address here that we have on record. What I have is a PO box. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. My correct address is 31 William Street. Can you please update that?
Yep, sure thing. 31 William Street in Randwick. I've just made the update, saved it, and what will happen now is our rates team would have picked up on that and they will send out a physical rates notice to you to your 31 William Street address. If you haven't received anything in the next few days, please call us back, Ben, and we'll definitely sort it all out for you.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Prabhu. I really appreciate your help. That was probably my fault. I should have called before and updated my home address. Thanks for helping. I'll keep an eye out in the mail for the letter and I'll get back to you if I don't receive it.
Fantastic, Ben. You have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Great. So that's an example of how Dynamics Contact Center works. It identifies the intent based on voice recognition and keywords. In this case, it was part of rates, and then assign that call to a particular queue or group of staff members who can answer particular requests for rates. And it could be different for waste and applications and things like that. And that can be all automated. Along with that, what we saw that as a customer service representative, we were able to identify the knowledge articles in real time, provide the right information, even update the contact details when we were on the call itself, along with ensuring that a case is created, which will send a notification to the rates team to send across the rates notice on the new address. So all of these things are automated, and how with AI you can streamline that process. So that's one of the example. The second one would be that where we don't have to have a human interaction, and the information can be provided to a citizen based on the query or the intent, and that's how we can have that seamless experience. So share my I will just play this second video.
We're here to help with your council services. Please tell me how I can help you today.
How can I submit a building plan?
I can help you with information about building permits in New South Wales. You can apply for a building permit online through the NSW Planning Portal. This is the official platform for all development and building applications across NSW councils. When submitting your application, you'll need to provide your property address, details of the proposed building work, and supporting documents such as architectural plans, structural drawings, and any certificates from your builder or certifier. Once your application is submitted, you'll receive an acknowledgement email, and the council's building certification team will contact you if any additional information is required. Would you like me to send you a link to the online application page or provide more details over the call? You can say yes or no.
No.
Is there anything else I can assist you with today? You can say yes or no.
No.
Thank you for calling your local council. Have a great day.
Yep, that's the second example where all the responses were given by the AI or the bot itself over the phone, and we don't have to have an agent responding to repetitive questions, right? To make life easy and make sure the customer service agents are focusing on more complex tasks rather than repetitive tasks. Now let's look at the product itself. These were a couple of videos, but I just want to showcase the actual product, and let me know when you can see the screen.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, great. So the next part is the customer portal, what I was mentioning before, and this is something which can be built on top of your council's website, and it can have all the themes and colors and logos depending on what the council is currently using. So I will just scroll down and show you the portal we have built. And if once I'm scrolling down, you see different application types of services have their own tiles, so it makes it very clear and evident for citizens to find the information. And down there, you can go and just request for other services as well. But for me, first thing first is to show you the Copilot bot we have on the website. As I was mentioning before, this bot can be configured and is configured on a specific subset of information. Generally, it's always the council website, and whenever a question is asked, the bot will only respond with the information which sits on the website and will not refer to any other website or the internet itself, right? So we want to make sure that the accurate information within the boundary of the council is provided to a citizen whenever there is a query. So I'll quickly ask like how to submit a development application. So based on the information we have on the portal itself, it provided me the information back in a fraction of seconds that you have to go to the New South Wales planning portal and submit that request. But it's also prompting me if I need more information, just besides a summary of this, I can click on this link. So once I click that, it will take me to that particular web page from where the information was sourced and provide me more detailed information if I have to take the action appropriately. You can see I have a link to go to New South Wales planning portal. And one more thing we have built is we have a pre-lodgement advice, because some of the councils do support and do encourage citizens to go for a pre-lodgement advice if it's a complex development application. So that's how you can get advice from the council before submitting to New South Wales planning portal. So going back to the bot again, I just want to know, I'm new to this council. I'm not sure how to pay my rates. Basically, all the information again, I got it very quickly that how I can go and pay my rates within the council. But one quick demonstration I wanted to show you here is I it was supposed to be a bin pickup day for me today, and my recycle bin was not picked up, right? So it's just a normal query. And let's see what the bot responds back. So it apologizes first because the bin was not picked, and then it's asking me for the address to confirm that what day or week my recycle bin was supposed to be picked. And it checked at the backend that for my property, the bin schedule is for next week for recycle bin and not for this week. So I need to keep it for the next week. And now it's prompting me if I need a SMS reminder for the bin pickup. Yep, why not? It's going to be helpful for me. Asking for my phone number. I will just provide a dummy phone number here, and it will store my number at the backend and provide me reminders every now and then for my bin pickup. So that's particularly I wanted to show you about how the Copilot bot works. Because I don't have a lot of time, I will very quickly show you one example of how a request now can be submitted from the portal itself, and it creates a record back in the system. So people don't have to go and manually encode that particular request from an email to the system to process that. Let's say I need information about waste services, and I select waste. I provide a description here and submit that. Now, what it does is it not just only creates a record in the backend, but it also prompts me to provide a feedback of the overall experience I had while submitting this request. And you see, it's prompting me to provide a feedback. Yep, it was excellent for me today. So I've just provided the feedback. So that's the front end of the system of the solution we have for customer experience with Copilot bot, and for all the services can be easily find out. And submission is a seamless process along with providing the feedback. Very quickly, we'll go to the backend of the system. So as I mentioned before, there are different types of modules or workbench. So one of them is facility booking, development application. We have waste services and all. So development applications, as you can see, the pre-lodgement advices and the other development applications which are submitted on New South Wales planning portal and integrated to the system instantly to have all the information whatever been submitted, so that the council can go and take relevant actions in order to process that. Next one is the waste service. Waste service, I will open one record very quickly to show you that when I mentioned that we can integrate with a third-party system, what it means that if we have that APIs and integration done with a third-party contractor, the moment the request is created, like a miscollection for this particular property, it gets integrated with the contractor and we receive information back from them, and real-time updates on the job status is there. So if a citizen calls and asks what's happening, I know what's happening with this particular request, that it's been assigned to a driver for your miscollection pickup. And lastly, I just wanted to show you the customer service workspace. So in here, the submission I did for general inquiry, it gets directly created in this record, and then I can go and have a look at that. Here you go. So that's the request I submitted, information for the waste services. So I don't have to import that personally. And also I can go and look at the feedback submitted by the citizen as well. So overall, as I mentioned, it's excellent and the record is created. So this gives an holistic view of what's happening within the council base regarding the feedback from the citizens. They can see that how much feedback they have received for each of the services, what's the customer by rating feedback. It's excellent 34 followed by good, and I will show you the customer 360 straight away. So this is the citizen. It was me who logged in, right? And at the backend of the system, what we have done is we have consolidated all the information we have for that particular customer. So whenever this particular customer calls, I can just open this tab and see, yep, that's my address. This is the property I'm currently owning. When was the last time I logged in on the portal? When was the last request submitted? These are the number of general inquiries I've submitted, average feedback I have provided to the council, waste service, entire landscape view, as well as the development applications. The whole idea is to have everything listed on a single place so that we can provide all the information to the customers or the citizens in real time rather than clicking multiple screens to find that information.
Great,
And
thank you,
that's
Ankit.
about my demo.
Thank you so much. Sorry to rush a bit, but we need to just cautious of bit of time. And Ben also has something very interesting to showcase. Ben, I'm bringing you on and also going to share the presentation. Right, and let me do some housekeeping, and let me take you through when you have,
I think
I would say,
for
if
the
you can
sake of
finish it up in 8 minutes. If
for the
not,
sake of time, I'm not going to go through the deck. I'm actually just going to go straight into the demonstration. I did have a
should be
bit of
fine.
a talk around ontology and work IQ and fabric and foundry and the whole piece. At the end of the day, I was able to synthesize some data. And if you can go to the next slide, actually, I can take control. Then I can then take over and share with you what I've got to present. Let me go to my next slide. I do want to preface that, and I just presented it on the screen. Very important for councils is security and governance around AI, especially with it coming on more and more prevalent for councils. We have a session coming up next week, which we highly recommend you come along to, which talks about how to strengthen your security. We can share this deck out as well. And you can review it. But work IQ is this idea of bringing data sets from memory and inference and data into a intelligent workload that you can reason over and get insights out of. And it talks about Fabric bringing data in from different sources, from databases in SQL and real-time analytics. There's a whole complex motion around Fabric. And Microsoft recently introduced Fabric IQ. And Fabric IQ is that intelligence layer that really gives you insights into the data. So you can actually ask real-time questions, or natural language questions, I should say, and get really insightful information back. In this example, I've got a demonstration database that I've created called Fabric Council. It's based on my local area, so it's familiar to me. But I was able to do this very quickly using Fabric Council's demo data. And there was 10 separate distinct data sets. And I'm just going to give you a quick flavor of some of them. And on the screen, you can see it talks about dates and residents and property and what services and what assets the council have and rates. And this is the kind of data sets we get. We get all different types of disparate data that needs to be brought into Fabric workload. It's called a lake house. As an example, these are some of the questions that I was able to ask. And I'm going to run this through you just really quickly so you can see some of the questions that we ask. As an example, the first question is, which service generates the most contact with councils, including poor first-time resolution? And here you can see the drainage and planning being the top two. But I love how this agent was able to prompt, if you like, we can look in which suburbs were more impacted. So rather than like asking a data scientist for this information, you could just talk to this agent. It's very, very impressive. And I'm going to show you that as well shortly. Here's another question. What about this question where it asks about seeing any repeat services that have come through, suggesting that there may be some ongoing problems that should be investigated. And at the bottom, the questionnaire, it looks like I can drill down into some of the cost aspect impacts, or are there any similar patterns? I think it's excellent to be able to just have a natural language conversation. Again, pulling this data insights into Fabric workload is very valuable. Which areas here in this example, which areas here are seeing the most missed bins? Now, in this example, it seems there's a consistency of information across that workload. But enough of the questions. I'm just going to jump into the actual environment so you can actually see what it looks like. And I've noticed the time, so I've got to go really quickly. So I'm talking a little bit quickly. I apologize. But in this example, in my Fabric environment here, we have a data agent, which is where we actually will communicate with the agent directly. It's called a data agent. I have some ontology, which is the language that we can explain the data sets. So it's very clear to the system, the semantic kernel, what the language means, which makes it relevant for councils. And we have a lakehouse where we store everything. I'll just click on the lakehouse first so you can just see. So as I mentioned, I've got 10 different data sets that have come into this lakehouse from customers that have multiple locations, because one customer could have multiple. Some assets from the council. Again, this is in my local area. Some resident information. Again, just all synthesized data. None of this is real. This is just Fabric and council data sets. Some of the services we provide, including the SLAs and the average cost per unit. These are all data sets that's again, we do see. Some rate information and how they have paid in the past. Some rate facts, specifically on the land value and the annual gross and concession amounts, if we're offering any. Some of the services. Anyway, that's some of that workload that you can see here. What I really like, which is really important, and Joe talked about this as well as before, is we can actually apply a sensitivity label to this. So if we are doing workload that I should only be seeing, I can make sure we lock this down using Purview so that it's only relevant for me. So if I do export this out, the data is retained and contained within the council's tenancy. It's a really important piece that often a lot of companies overlook. That data resilience is really important. Here is a really quick, again, this time is going up with me very quickly. Here is some of the ontology and how this data was able to be connected to each other, how property data was able to be connected with the dimensions and the requests and the work orders and those multiple properties and the rates. But the outcome of this is this agent that we can actually talk to. Now, we've created this agent instruction. This is this semantic knowledge area where we've actually given it real specific instruction sets. And you can reach out if you want. We can share this with you and you can test this for yourself. But this agent has been we've given it really specific instructions on how to operate, including your domain terminology, so that SLA means something. Here you can see what overdue rates mean. So if a question is asked around that. So we feed all this up to help the ontology understand the taxonomy for a council, which means you can ask questions like what I just shared with you before. I'll give you an example of another one, and I just ran this just for the sake of time. These take about 28 seconds to run, but which suburbs or collection routes generate the most missed bin requests, and are they increasing year on year? And we get the insight straight away, and this session is recorded, so you can actually pause and view these yourselves. But here's another question. Over the past 5 years, what has been the most popular payment method? Now, in this example, this is direct debit, but that might be really important as you start to move on to digital systems. There is a cost associated to funding credit card charges, so that might be really helpful for your planning. I also like how it suggests you can break things down by demographic, and it's just really intelligent to be able to, I wouldn't be able to type this out to an email to a data scientist, and I can just in natural language produce these informations. How about this one? Which channels are most used to log issues? And is the satisfaction improving or declining? So we can start to ask multiple questions in the data set. So again, having a data scientist are expensive. We understand the budgets are tight for these types of talent. Using something like Fabric is so valuable. Here's another one. Which council assets are the oldest? And order them by replacement value. Again, demo data, none of it is real, but it gives you a breakdown of which assets are aging and might be needing to be reinvested in. So again, very, very helpful for budgeting and planning. Now, I do have a final question, which is, I suppose, the hero question that you could ask to your data sets, considering that there's 10 different disparate agent instructions that we could ask. I can close that out actually, so you can just see it a bit bigger. But where are residents experiencing the greatest service friction today? What is it costing councils financially? And what targeted change would most improvement citizens' outcome be over the next 12 months? Intelligent insights, right? It's right in front of us. It talks about suburbs with the highest friction of the Kensington and Kingsford in this example, and it suggests some recommended answers. Now, just so you can see some of the time it takes, I'm going to ask this follow-up question, and then I'm pretty much done with my demo, Vinay. I know it was an accelerated demo, but show me a focused breakdown on Kensington and Kingsford and the financial impacts of the continual rework. We discussed rework before, right? In the waste and park management costs. I have not seen this outcome, so this is a live demonstration of this. I do want to just share with you how these systems can work. It is actually analyzing the data source. It's looking at that semantic model that we created. It's basically understanding the ontology. It's understanding the taxonomy because we fed it with that agent instruction. And in real time, it's going to give us a pretty detailed breakdown of some of the focus areas and the financial impacts of those. So drum roll. I think we're in about 20 seconds. I think I filled that gap well.
Absolutely. Thanks. And it was a bit rushed. Absolutely sorry to Ben and Keith. I know there is a lot to showcase in both Fabric as well as the product that we have done. So while this Fabric is fetching data and creating report, I will just say that reach out to us and we will further have a detailed demo with individual council to the attendees as well. And as soon as this comes up, I will also showcase while this is happening. As a next step, we have a maturity scan, which does maturity scan is for your customer experience. And there is what
So this
Ben
is
wanted to show.
we'll leave it on the screen. Vinay, take back the video when you're ready and continue sharing the deck. My request is to please come along to the next session where we talk about advanced security. It's really important. Pass that link on. Maybe Vinay, you can put it in the chat. And thank you very much.
Yeah, I know we are overrunning by time, but just give me 2 more minutes. Won't take long, just 2 more minutes to conclude. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, maturity scan, and we will send through the link to register for it. The workshop will cover about in detail 9 different parameters, which include strategy and governance, your inquiry management. We will go into depth of up to what level your channel strategy is, the automation and the technology, and the data and reporting, which is where we showcase different aspects of Fabric today, as well as the customer 360-degree and all those things. So we will go in this workshop in detail about different parameters, and we will produce a report scoring on each parameter. We will share the detailed findings, our recommendations, and also lay down a roadmap for what could be the future state for the council and how you can go about achieving those. So very important, do register for maturity scan. I'm going to skip a couple of slides, just conscious of time, but expected output for councils is great in get customer satisfaction, customer centric approach, and great satisfaction within the workforce, right? And the second one is expected outcome for customers with omnichannel. You are where your customers are. That's all. Your feedback is welcome. Again, we will send through this link as well, so you can submit a feedback and let us know what you would like to see more into the webinars. And yes, if you have missed anything, this particular webinar will also be posted on our YouTube channel. So do subscribe to our Executex YouTube channel. With this, sorry for the last part, bit rush, but we will get back to you individually as well. And thanks for attending today.